Florida man gets blindsided and he was an illegal immigrant all along. Man, sorry for this guy, but hey, there is a lesson here to be learned. Is this maybe you? Well, we'll look into this. Guys, as always, if you want to learn more about survival and preparedness, there's a ton of content that I have already uploaded. Some of the latest videos are regarding these topics as well. You also have my books. The one on surviving the economic collapse based on my experience in Argentina going through just that, as well as 3 survival skills, available in the links there below in Amazon. And yeah, you have the Kindle version that was requested a long time ago. For this one, you have the Kindle version as well if you want to grab one so as to have it there in your application. I usually recommend paper. I think paper is always better, but you know, there it is. So, a Florida man, 60 years old, he retires, and when he thinks, okay, I'll start collecting my retirement, they say, no, you're not a citizen, man. Check this out. Crazy.
Welcome back. Well, new here tonight, he spent his entire life living and working in the United States, but when it came time to collect his Social Security benefits, one Florida man says he has not received one penny.
Instead, he got a surprise reality check. The government told him he's not who he says he is, and now he's been fighting to prove them wrong. I-Team investigative reporter Katie Legrone shares his story tonight.
Outside Jimmy Class's mobile home in Clearwater.
Dude has the Trump sign. He has not one, he has 2. Well, yeah, maybe he got one of those up. One of these seems to be newer. The other one seems to have been there all along. But anyway, yeah.
Symbols of American pride hang not just front and center, but on the side of his home, in the back. America is, after all, the only home this 66-year-old has ever known.
I moved to the U.S. in 1959.
How long have you been here?
64 years.
But after more than a half of a century in the U.S., where he's lived, worked, went to school, got married, had kids, paid his taxes,
Mr. Class, you will be entitled to retirement benefits.
even voted, Class says in 2020,
Instead of receiving my first check,
he discovered
I didn't have any thoughts.
he's not a U.S. citizen.
I just was like blindsided.
Class says it all came to light after he applied for the Social Security benefits he paid into his entire working life.
You gotta be kidding me. You know, 1 month you tell me I should expect my first check, second Wednesday of 2020.
That sucks, man.
But instead I get a letter stating that I haven't proven to them that I'm here legally.
You see, Class was born in Canada, his mom Canadian, but his father American, born and raised in New York.
This is Dad?
Yep, that's Dad.
The family moved to the U.S. when Class was 2 and stayed here.
That's me as a Boy Scout
In America.
in America.
As he got older, he says he just assumed he, too, was American.
Wait a minute. He assumed he was American, but he never had, he didn't have American citizenship, right? He was not born there. So, yeah, I'm sorry for the guy. He's 60 fucking years old, but you never travel abroad? You don't have a passport? You never travel with a passport? How is, guys, let me know in the comments. Should this guy have had a passport? If he had applied for a passport, is it something that would have popped up if he had applied for a passport?
A
Which
dual
you should
citizen.
have.
Documents he laid out for us are a glimpse of his deep roots in the U.S.
This is when you know you're old, when the old driver's licenses were paper.
Roots, he says, were never questioned. Not when he got his Social Security card, driver's license, or voter registration card.
I don't see a
I've been voting
passport.
for over 40 years. I guess I'm in a lot of trouble.
Class was even approved to serve as a Marine for the U.S. military
I signed up to defend this country.
and work for the New Jersey State Police. His citizenship status, never an issue, he says.
The only thing they asked me for was my Social Security card and my driver's license.
Right,
After he learned he wasn't really a U.S. citizen, he formally applied for status, but was denied. U.S. Immigration Services wouldn't share details with us, stating they don't talk about individual cases. But in this 2022 denial letter, the agency stated Class didn't provide enough evidence to prove his father lived in the U.S. for 10 years before Class was born, a requirement.
I've seen a handful of cases like this. They don't come around every day.
Indira Demine is a Fort Myers-based immigration attorney. She says Class's case is a reflection of a large, complicated, and changing U.S. immigration system that can't always accurately track who's here legally, illegally, or somewhere in between.
For many years, the DMV, the different agencies didn't necessarily communicate with each other. And so the documentation that you need to renew your driver's license or for the Social Security benefits were not as stringent as they are now.
Right.
How do you get issued a Social Security card, though?
That's a good question. It's quite possible that back then, the requirements they have a social is just not the same as it is today.
Yeah, driver
So is
license.
it fair, though, that he was issued a Social Security card, he got his Social Security taxes withheld,
But he's not a
lived all his
citizen,
life,
lady.
he paid his taxes?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I worked
They will say absolutely not, but he's not a citizen. He was paying, but he was not a citizen.
my 50 years, and I paid into my Social Security. They should be paying me.
What happens if this doesn't get resolved?
Well, I guess they get to give my money to someone else.
Will it make you look at America differently?
I'll probably move back to Canada.
You would consider leaving?
Yep, and say bye-bye, America.
Dude.
Class says he contacted Senator Rubio's office, hired an immigration attorney, even a genealogist to dig up records to help him in his fight. A fight that continues.
That's crazy, but you know what? As a having been born in Canada, he is a Canadian citizen. He can apply for that because that's where he was actually born, and he would have some kind of refugee fucking status and fund of some kind for sure. I'm pretty sure Canada has something for someone in his situation. Maybe he has to do that, which is crazy. But you know what? You know why I love these stories? Because it shows this. It shows that being prepared makes a massive difference. When you think you have everything sorted out, when you think, oh, that does not apply to me. Oh no, you're an illegal immigrant, man. No, I'm not. I live here all my life. Really? Okay. Not all your life because you were born somewhere else, right? You just don't know. It could be this. It could be some glitch in the system. You wouldn't know the stories that happen to people, and no one has a contract with God saying everything will always be fine. That's why preparedness is so important. Guys, see you on the next one. Take care.